Without having a phone, no guidance at all, this man has done tours with the best feedbacks given from people from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, he is such a man full of passion, full of heart. He broke his leg just 2 days before coming to this festival. But he still had the heart, he still has the joy, he still has the pride and passion in him. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the evergreen, the youngest man, Lalli Singh!
Inspiration!
Thoda aur CTI yaar, come on, come on, come on!
Let's give Lalli ji a Sat Sri Akal to invite him to this. That's what he is.
And this gentleman, I don't know him right now because he's totally changed. He's looking far more handsome than what he was yesterday. Make some noise for the very, very handsome, the very well-read Bobbee Singh, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have the other mic, please? And since we have the Sikh community over here, we'll put in the good vibes. Jo bole Soryal! Jo bole Soryal! Well done, the talk show is just about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. So this is your...
Sat Sri Akal to all. I'm so lucky, I must say, and thanks to the host, Mr. Karan, to invite me here and my family. Not even once he said to me that, he said all are welcome. He has a very great heart and God bless him.
We love you and we are honored to have you here.
Yes. Since we are in a land of divine, if you don't mind, we can start off with a prayer.
Sure.
The reason I say so is, way back there was a gentleman, he was doing a motorcycle tour and all the riders was doing a tour and yoga together. So they lined up all the bikes in front of my shop and the first thing they did was blessings of taking of Buddha. So that divine moment which I shared with them, I would like to share with you guys. So I may be wrong, you may correct me. The prayer was Om Padmani Om. Am I right? Om. If somebody is here who can recite better than you, please come.
Om Mane.
You please come.
Please come here, join us.
It would be great, and we will all have a prayer with you. Somebody who remembers this poem, so this prayer.
Please.
Please. It's
Please come, we are Sikhs, we don't give up.
it's a very, very divine prayer, so we need to have somebody who's doing it correctly.
Hi guys.
And we are going to sing it with you. Yeah.
It's a Om Mane Padme Hum.
Yeah. So we will follow you and let's pray at least for 5 times.
Yes.
Yeah. And you should all be together.
Yes.
Om Mane Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padmani Om. 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 Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, it is very important, whatever we are doing in life, we have, like Bobbee was saying the other day, that when his accident took place, there was something inner voice which was telling him that I will face it. What were you saying, Bobbee? Exactly?
Yes. I was saying that I had a premonition 2 days before I had my accident that something is coming for me. And from the deep recesses of my soul, I heard a voice to just simply say, I trust you, God. And it was a very non-romantic affirmation for me, but when I woke up from my crash, my eye was hanging out here. These words were just going on in my heart, that I trust you, God, I trust you, God. So that's what I'm sharing.
So everything is there in your life. You choose what you have to do. And what I believe here is that the only thing everyone wants to do is to take the right path. So, but when you come across a crossing where there are many exits and many ways out, then at times you're all alone and you need to figure out on your own what you need to do with life or what you want to do ahead. So that is the time when your inner self you need to knock at. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਰੱਬ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈ? ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਰੱਬ ਇੱਥੇ 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 ਰੱਬ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੱਭ ਲਓ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਏਗਾ. It's not far away. So anything you got to do in your life, whatever you are into, so that, thank you, that thing need to be taken care of. And they come in many forms. They come in many forms. I was today at dining table. Jubinder ji, his wife Sukhi ji, was sharing a story with me. And since this festival is all about stories, so I like to just a small brief. There was Sukhi ji was saying there was a gentleman here who was a very good, who had a, who was a, sorry, I don't remember. He could see your.
He was kind of a saint and astrologer.
Astrologer and a saint together. So there was a family who came up to him and said, we are so wealthy, we have so much of wealth with us, we are still suffering. And the astrologer said, okay, I may be able to help you. Sukhi ji was there, but he could hear what was going on. So he told them certain things to do in life. At the end of it, they didn't agree to any. Then Sukhi ji went and said to that gentleman, what is it all about? He said, it is about something which I don't want to discuss now. And after a few months, he met him again and he said, what was it all about? He said it was about his past karmas. The story is, they had done certain things in life which were occurring to them now, which they were probably dealing with it. So he told them the remedies, they did some, they didn't do any. And they came out of it eventually. So at times when certain things goes wrong, don't give up. Don't give up because there's something not in your hands. You may be doing all the right things, but certain things are not in your hands. So then your inner self, which you're building now, that takes you out. That finds the way out for you. This is what life has taught us all about. And then, of course, the like-minded people you meet during a journey. When you take the right path, you meet the right people. You meet the right souls. They're all very good souls. And then, this is eventually, everyone is an inspiration to everyone. Like, Bobbee ji has been here for a couple of days now. And just a moment ago, he just came to know that Devinder Singh is his relative.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Lalli ji, if I have your permission, you sip on your tea.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi everybody, good evening. I'm so happy. I've been rehearsing this all night, yaar, and now
Yeah, right.
very few things in life have made me nervous, but to be here sharing a stage with Lalli ji makes me nervous. And he's avoiding talking about his great legacy with so much depth that I don't have the right words, I don't think anyone, to share that with you, those who don't know him. Since 1980s, I call Lalli ji the saint of motorcycles. He and his motorcycle touring company has been, he was in the book The Lonely Planet. These are those days when there was no social media. There were no cell phones. So I've seen his workshop with hundreds of small messages handwritten by travelers from Germany, Italy, France, England, Israelis, Lalli Ji's favorites.
Israelis are the ones who had the cult of bringing the motorcycling in India after straight from the army. I think in late, beginning of early 90s when they started doing the bikes. You know.
Yes, and I want to quickly share one little story of which is this is how I connect with this monument here. This is late 80s. I was a small boy. I didn't even have money enough to buy the ticket back of the bus I was riding in. But we would wear our best clothes and look serious, and me and my cousin would go to Lalli Singh's shop, already shaking, like, and pretend as if we want to buy a motorcycle. हमारे पास टिकट के पैसे नहीं है वापस जाने के लिए. And he knew it, that these two boys always come and which bike is that and blah blah blah. He always gave us chai or lassi and entertained us. And I can't explain to you how he's held the hands of many people who were green horns, and motorcycling was not cool in those years. And he's walked many of us all the way. I run a company called Old Delhi Motorcycles where I build and send motorcycles around the world. I can honestly tell you I would have not been able to do so if it wasn't for Lalli Ji's help. Oh, there are ladies everywhere. Lalli Ji's must be because of you. And he has a heart, that's a very rare heart. It is always brimming with expansion, and he always listens to you. He's so busy. And when people from around the world come to India since 80s, they feel as if they've come to a brother at his home. I remember all the motorcycles he would line up before the tour, put garlands around them and garlands on the people who were going to ride them, and say prayers with all his heart for their safety. And really, man, I'm overwhelmed. I don't have the words, but this is a man who's responsible for the motorcycling culture in India. And I would like to get some applause for that.
That's incredible.
This is Lalli Ji. Please, Lalli Ji, take on and tell us something about your first tours and how you got into this. Yes.
Yeah. So after when Israelis came in, I started up with, I think Trigun is here. Trigun and me have, Trigun and Preeti is here also. Bobbee was our common friend. I'm talking about 80s. I was in my school, and we were in modern school. I passed out from modern Balatonga, and after that I didn't study. I came into motorcycling.
We're all sailing in the same boat.
So the Bobbee, and I remember his brothers, they were very passionate bikers, and they had their Jat community biker group, and they were all from Rohtak, and they all are Yezdis and Javas. So those times they did their Ladakh. As a kid, I would be hearing stories of Ladakh, how they did Ladakh on their motorbikes.
Yeah, with the Yamahas.
Yamaha, with Praveenji and the other friends. Huh?
From Bahadurgarh.
From Bahadurgarh. So I never thought that this is going to be a day where I would also be a participant in organizing riders to go up this terrain. So after when these guys came in here, the Ladakhi guys, they used to do buying and selling of motorcycles. So I thought, okay, let's try our hand with Enfield. And incidentally, at that time, God sent was a mechanic to me who was a magician in fixing bikes. You cannot do anything with the machine unless you have a knowledge or a passion to build this motorcycle yourself. So he was a magician, and he would fix any bike, throw it in a sack and fix it roadworthy to go anywhere you have to. So we started refurbishing motorcycles. At those days only 350s were there, and 1990 500cc came in. So then there were backpackers who started coming from abroad, New Zealand, all over the world, mostly from Europe, Australia. Then there's an Australian gentleman, Mike Ferris. He's now doing bike tours with the name company Ferris Wheels. And then there was another company from New Zealand, and they all came as backpackers. So eventually when Steve came in, the New Zealand guy, so I was fixing a bike for him. It was on floors. The engine was, I remember, ready for its restoration. So he was with his girlfriend then. They were not married. So he had already been to various workshops, and he had been offered bikes which were fully running. And here I am offering him a bike on the floor, saying that this is the bike you have, and it will be ready for a test ride for another 2 days. And after fixing the bike, wherever you go in India, anything goes wrong, we'll replace the bike for you and free, and with no cost we will fix up the engine again. We were so confident about our mechanics, the way they would do the job. And eventually he took his girlfriend took him aside. There was some whispering going on, I don't know. She said, "A very good landing, man, this is not the right place." But eventually he trusted us. Trust is very important in the business. And then we got to give him the bike. And till date, he still has the bike, and he's doing bike tours full time in India, maybe 3-4 bike tours. Wow. Then another short story here is, I'm sitting in my workshop, and it's in the basement actually. Was in the basement. So there's this guy, Tony Crocs from Goa, and he was handling all the film part for I think BBC or Lonely Planet. So he said, "I want to buy 2 motorcycles, and I would like to, you have something for me?" I said, "What is your budget?" and all this story, you know. So when I knew that he has no question for money, so then I suggested him, why not to buy a new one? Why you want to buy a second hand? But no, he said, "I want to buy a second hand." So I said, "Okay, I have few bikes which are very less used, and you can take them." So eventually he bought the bikes and kept it with us, and he said that, "You don't mind storing it for me?" I said, no, it's fine, you can store. I have godown. So then after 6 months I get a call from him. He says, "I have some crew coming to take the delivery of the bike, and you don't mind if they do some filming around?" I said, no, it's fine. So eventually that day came in, and then suddenly I saw maybe 10-15 crew came into filming live. We were not told what is happening. I don't know who's coming. So they were filming, and all. There's this guy here, and he just came in front of me. So, "What do you have to sell?" I said, "I have to sell these are model are there." And I offered the same bike since it was a part of the film, and he said, "You are very expensive." Probably I might be. He had already seen the prices out. So I said, I had to give him reasons why I'm expensive. So he believed it. He said, "Okay, it's fine." And I was, then I asked him all things which I usually do with my customers. I say, "What is your riding experience? Do you have a license?" Usually sometimes the riders come up with a small 125cc license, and the passion is so much that they don't mention that they have a driving license. So driving license they don't have, then I don't give them the bike at all. So he says, yeah, I have, and he showed me his license. He says, "I need a passport." He was taken aback. So when half of the filming was done, then there was some Delhi motorbike group was there also. And we were having our tea and all. He said, "You know who this guy is?" I said, "No, I don't know." He said, "He's the Guy Martin, who's participant in Isle of Man championship." so and then they showed me his video clips of racing in Isle of Man. And I am asking him a silly question like this: "Do you know how to ride a bike?" So I apologized to him. I said, "Sorry, I didn't know what you are all about." And such an humble person. He would be watching us do the general mechanics of the bike. We usually, whosoever the rider is, we go through the procedure of at least general maintenance of the bike. If something goes wrong in the middle of nowhere, then they know how to fix up the bike. So he sat down And you know what it brings is the mechanic who went along with him. He was given a first class ticket. He stayed in all the 5-star hotels, and he was riding with the celebrity. And then in the end, I was told that he participated in some Goa race, and everybody had stock tires and all the bikes, and he won the race without any modifications. So that was one incident I never forget. And then one point of time, I have a very good friend called Paul Foster. He's from Australia. I know him many years. And the second friend, they're very, very dear friends. So now he's doing Everest expeditions, taking people on Everest. So Paul Foster said, Lalli, I am coming to Trivandrum. Trivandrum is on the west coast, I think.
Yep.
Huh? Right?
Yeah.
So you can send me 2 bikes there. I said, fine, I'll send. Because when we started bike tours, there was nothing, nowhere. So the passion was so much that we were eager to do anything, anywhere in India, as long as it was motorcycles. So every time I had in mind Trivandrum, we were booking the bikes. The day came, we handed over to the transport company, and the boys flew to the place, and then to give the delivery in person, so that make sure that everything is in order. Then I receive a call from Paul, a couple of days before. Hey Lalli, bikes Trivandrum. Then I realized I got mixed up. The bike were on the east coast, not Trivandrum. And how stupid I can be, I realized that. I said, I had 2 days in hand. I called my colleague Tony. I said, Tony, the palna pੈ ਗਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਏ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਹੈ the guys were young and ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਲਈਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਈਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ and those guys in 2 days I don't remember the place, Visakhapatnam. Maybe.
Vizag.
It's on the other side.
It's on the east coast, yeah.
So from there they rode to Trivandrum in 2 days. So I thank God that I was able to deliver what I had to. And one point of time, I'd share you another experience of how जहाँ चाह है, जहाँ will है, वहाँ राह है. और ये सब
Lalli ji, can I just interject for a second? I would like to invite on stage Lalli ji's pillion rider for life, his wonderful wife Neelam ji, please. And she would tell us the reality at home now. Bravo! Ma'am, please come and just sit with us. Yes, thank you.
I'm fine standing.
No, please.
Seriously, I'm comfortable like this.
Yes, Lalli ji, please go on. Let's see if we can still speak.
Lalli ji suddenly gone mute.
अगर रब धरती पे है ना तो मैं कह सकता है मेरी ना आफ्टर my sister got me married. लोकी भैनों का ब्याह करते हैं मेरी बहन ने मेरा ब्याह किया. Oh, I was very close to them after my mother's death. My mother-in-law ने अब मेरी उन्होंने कहता फड़ के कि ਇਹਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਾ ਦਿਓ ਇਹਨੇ ਦਾੜੀ ਦੂੜੀ ਖੋਲ ਲਈ ਹੈ ਸਵੇਰੇ 3 ਵਜੇ 2 ਵਜੇ 4 ਵਜੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਲਓ. They hats off to them. My parents were not there. They were parent to me. ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਜੀਜਾ ਜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਟਰੀਮੋਨੀਅਲ ਦੇ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਸੇਇੰਗ ਵੀ saw few girls and there is one reply we liked and one ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਜੀਜਾ ਜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਟਰੀਮੋਨੀਅਲ ਦੇ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਸੇਇੰਗ ਵੀ saw few girls and there is one reply we liked and one so उन्होंने फिर खोलिया ते ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਏ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਫਸਟ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਨੀਲਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ I used to do everything what a youngster can do, but with the grace of God I came to the track and came to the track of my inner self so that I could understand myself better. Then eventually I used to go to Gurdwara Bangla Sahib a lot, and there I would see this girl coming frequently. The timing was the same. I would see Neelam there with her mother and her sister, and मैं कहा यार रब मैनू कोई कहे ना अगर उतर के आ जाए कि कुड़ी ने ब्याह करना तो मैं हुणे कर दिया कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है वो कहते हैं मैं कहा अच्छा ते मेरी सिस्टर ने ना फिर उन्हें फादर ने कहा जाओ जाओ वो कुड़ी देख के आओ जी है कह रहे आएगा जो रिप्लाई आया तो असी वी आर वॉकिंग एट द गोल्ड सेम गुरुद्वारा जी वी आर मीटिंग आउटसाइड मैं ज्यों ज्यों कोल जाई जा रहा हूँ मैं रुकिया मैं कहा अगर वो कुड़ी है ना तो हाँ हम वापस चलते ना हाँ कह देंगे एंड शी वाज देयर सो मैं तो नहीं कहना कि अगर रब है तो ठीक है मैं जो मंगया वो पंजाब ना if you ever have the time ना you should listen to
lady. Please, just like a conversation we are at home.
Okay, so what do you want to say?
इन्हें मनु रिजेक्ट करता ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਮਰੇ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਤੇ I had a small rented apartment 2 room ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾ ਸਿਸਟਰ ਦੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਇਨ ਲਾ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਲੈ ਗਈ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਇਨ ਲਾ ਨੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਨਵਿੰਸ ਕੀਤਾ only she could tell but
I felt that I needed more time and I didn't know what I was getting into. But that gentleman, he was very world wise. He said you have to get married and according to God have a godly life or whatever. He kind of brainwashed me. And I thought he's into traveling, why not marry him? Little did I know he will be sending others only.
so I thank you 120 times for being here.
So, Hanji, theek hai. Thank you so much. They've been telling me 3-4 minutes more, like the Oscar speech or something. But we are at, I call it Outback is for outlaws. You know, I consider myself an outlaw. We'll never do what we are told to do. So we'll do more, take more time. Just kidding. So I will close this, Lalli ji, with a great word of gratitude and honor for having us here and having Lalli ji here.
No, thank you so much to all Outback people. Thank you so much.
And Lalli ji, I want to say something.
Yeah,
First of all, I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming all the way here with that beautiful looking leg there down there. And big thanks to Bobbee bhai. Just to give you guys a little background, Friends of Outback is not about creating moments here where we can really interact with people. It's actually really bonding with people for life. Friends of Outback is a very small corner that we create, but it's the deepest corner at the festival. And our idea is that once anybody comes here, consider this your home and keep supporting us and keep increasing relationships and keep creating new bonds.
Yeah.
Bravo! You've been an absolute inspiration. Long live Lalli ji and many more such great, inspiring personalities who can keep showing us and guiding us great things ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karan.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
brother. Love you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Lalli, this is to you.
Oh,
Oh, thank you so much. I'm honored. You can open it.
of course you can open it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the claps can go a little louder, please.
Hope you like this.
Can I take this?
Hey, छोड़ दो. Thanks, bro. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Bro.